Hey guys, what's going on? It's Anthony here back again with another video, and today we're going to be checking out the Mick Thomson Signature Jackson Soloist. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell, share this with all your friends, and also please feel free to leave a comment on any suggestions on what you would like for me to review and bring to the channel. So without further ado, let's review this guitar, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So on this guitar, we have two Mick Thomson Signature Seymour Duncan Blackout pickups. We have a fixed bridge, what looks like a Floyd Rose, but is actually a fixed bridge with just the feel of a Floyd Rose, and it's a hardtail with a locking nut. We also got Jackson branded non-locking tuners. We have a reverse headstock that's matching with the body. We also have a single volume and a three-way blade switch. We got 24 frets. We also got I think a neck-through body on this guitar. And we also have these black-like block inlays on the white binding of the fretboard. So as you guys know, Mick Thomson is one of two guitarists in the heavy metal band Slipknot. So that being said, what do I think of this guitar? Honestly, from the experiences I've had with this one particularly and all his signature Jackson Soloists that I have played in the past, I've played the white one and I've played this same black one again, I absolutely really enjoyed this guitar. And even though he is with LTD and that's a whole other topic, I gotta say, doing bends on this thing is great. The vibrato is excellent. Getting a great setup is not a chore. Overall, the fretwork is actually pretty good. Not too many sharp fret ends, if at all. Playability is really good. You can absolutely shred your butt off on this thing. The fret access is absolutely amazing. You can really access all of them with ease because of the, not just the neck through design, but the fact that the neck is also extremely slim and your hand can just get back there almost like a glove. It's just like a match made in heaven. So really super duper cool. And I gotta say, even though I'm not a sucker for most active pickups, I think his signature, or should I say his old signature Seymour Duncan Blackout pickups really complement this guitar a lot with just the overall black aesthetic and vibe. It's just, how much more metal can you get than just an all black guitar with black pickups that are active like this? And you know, even though there's no tone knob, it's like, it really just adds to the simplicity of this guitar, as well as the accessibility of just having something that's plug and play ready to where you can riff on this thing, you can shred on this thing all day, and you can rely on it for days and years to come. So with all that being said, we're gonna now plug this thing in and we're gonna test the bridge and neck pickup and middle position, as well with the volume knob tweaked here and there. I'm going to go straight into my quad cortex. We're going to record this directly into my DAW, and I will give you guys the pros and cons of my final thoughts afterwards, as always. So hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll talk furthermore. So now that you've heard this guitar, we're going to now go over the pros and cons as we speak. The first pro being that this guitar comes with Mick Thomson's very own signature Seymour Duncan blackout pickups. Now, I'm not sure if these pickups are being made anymore now that he's got his own signature Fishman Fluence, but I gotta say, these pickups sound absolutely tight and mean for modern metal, and you will not have a problem getting a tight tone out of these suckers. They really complement this guitar really well, and I see why Mick went with these pickups and designed these pickups in collaboration with Seymour Duncan at the time, because they definitely pack a punch with this guitar. The other pro being that the absolute fret access of this guitar is incredible. You can get to all frets with ease, and you don't have to fight the guitar after you get this thing set up to your taste and your preference. The other thing too is that the fret markers on the side are nice and big, so if you're playing on a stage or a dark stage with the white biting, you'll be able to see where you're at, and you don't have to worry about getting lost, despite that the fretboard itself has no inlays. The other cool thing being that this guitar also comes with a matching reverse headstock. Really love the Jackson reverse headstock. I think it looks absolutely sick, and it really, like everything else, it really complements the guitar. And I do really like the simplicity of it as well, with one volume and a 3-way blade switch. So I think that'll do it for the pros of this guitar. We're going to now speak about the cons. So the first con that we have to talk about with this guitar is the fact that there is no tone knob. Now, like any signature guitar that's made from a guitarist from the band Slipknot, I don't think anyone buying this guitar has a care in the world, because, I mean, you're buying this thing to play modern metal, and 9 times out of 10, especially if you're playing Slipknot's music, you don't touch the tone knob. So, I mean, take it as a pro, take it as a con. I'll just put it on this list just for the context of this video, because there might be some people who are Mick Thomson fans that love his old signatures that may want a tone knob. So the second con I also want to talk about is the bridge. Now, this bridge is not bad by any stretch of means. However, even though it is a fixed bridge, despite that, you do have a locking nut here, and the overall aesthetic of it is like a Floyd Rose. So it's like the feel of a Floyd Rose. Well, why is this a con? Well, it's not really a con if you're an experienced guitarist, but if you're somebody that is a beginner or a lower intermediate, you will have to learn how to restring this like a Floyd Rose, because even though it's not a Floyd Rose, literally you have to unscrew this, and then you have to clamp it down there, and then you have to unlock the locking nut to get it over the peg. And I only mention that because, I mean, it's a fixed bridge, and usually you have to do that extra maintenance to it if you're, you know, have a Floyd Rose or a floating trem for the most part. And so the reason why it's a con is, like, do you want to go through that extra step, or can you handle that extra step if you were to get this guitar? Again, not saying anything bad about the quality of the bridge and the hardware. The hardware is great. The tuning stability is great. Nothing bad whatsoever. But it is something worth pointing out, because when I first looked at his guitars and I was less experienced with knowing how to handle a bridge that's like a Floyd Rose, even though this is fixed, like a fixed bridge with the aesthetic and feel of the Floyd Rose and the functionality of it, despite it not floating, it can be something kind of confusing. So just take it for what it's worth. I think you'll be fine though if you know how to restring a Floyd Rose and you have an experience with it. Again, this is not a Floyd Rose. I'm not trying to confuse you, but it's literally the aesthetic of a Floyd Rose and a fixed bridge is what I'm trying to say. So take that for what it's worth. The third and final con I wanted to point out is the fact that, I mean, make no mistake, the pickups are absolutely a pro. I'm not saying anything bad about the pickups overall, but if you are somebody that loves to have really nice, clean, super clean tones, unless you can get away with rolling the volume off at a certain amount, depending on the amp that you're using, these pickups are extremely hot, that even with the clean tone gain at like 0.5 on my Quad Cortex, I still found that these were like distorting the signal. What I'm trying to say is the pickups may not be the cleanest for clean tones, and that's to be expected. I mean, it's Mick Thomson's signature model after all. I mean, I don't really think he made this thing to design it to play on the clean channel. He designed this thing to play crushing, heavy, slaying, chug machine type of riffs. in shredding on the upper fret axis. So at the end of the day, this is Mick Thomson's signature model, and I think most of you guys watching this are thinking it's no big deal, in which at the end of the day, it's no big deal because you're buying this if you're a Mick Thomson fan, more than likely, or you're somebody that is a Jackson guitar enthusiast, in which I can't say anything bad about this guitar overall. So take that with a grain of salt. I just want you guys to be aware of that. So with summing up all the pros and cons, that leads me to a question that some of you may ask me in the comments. How does this compare to his new signature ESP LTD that just came out this year, or his older Ibanez signature? To answer your question and to be completely honest with you, I have never tried his new signature LTD, so I cannot compare or comment on how it is. However, I have tried his old Ibanez signatures, and I can tell you that this guitar is definitely on par, if not a hair better, than his really cool Ibanez signature models. With all that being said, I'm giving this guitar a 9 out of 10 guitar picks. This is a very solid workhorse, and if you are a modern metal guitarist that needs a 6-string for precision and riffing on for days to come, and you want something that looks aesthetically pleasing, but that can be reliable for touring or for being a bedroom musician, then this is the guitar for you. Especially if you are a Slipknot fan and you're a collector of Mick Thomson's signature guitars throughout the years from the various companies he's been with, this is an excellent buy. I want to thank Music Matters for allowing me to review this for you guys. Again, huge shout out to them, and I was even going to tell you guys that if you want to buy this guitar, Music Matters has a couple for sale. Be sure to call them. Be sure to check out their Reverb store down below. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be able to provide this review for you guys. So I thank you guys so much for watching. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. I'm Anthony DeFilio, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.